Hello everyone, welcome back to the Jaya Leonidas podcast. Today I want to talk about a story that touches the very soul of Filipino education, the Brigada Eskwela program. Born from Bayanihan, the heartwarming Filipino tradition of community, spirit and voluntary cooperation, Brigada Eskwela was meant to unite schools, parents, and communities to prepare classrooms for the year ahead. But somewhere along the way, this noble program has been hijacked, twisting Bayanihan's spirit into a heavy burden on our teachers. So why is it that teachers must beg for generosity from stakeholders when the Department of Education has more than enough funds? Why do teachers find themselves leading campaigns for participation when Bayanihan should be voluntary? And why do our educators bear the weight of fixing classrooms and providing facilities, duties that truly belong to the government? Close your eyes and picture the original Bayanihan. Neighbors gathering under the sun, their hands joined in a dance of generosity, lifting a house together, not because it was mandated, but because it was love in action. This spirit is uniquely Filipino, a testament to our unity and compassion. Brigada Eskwela was meant to carry that same magic into our schools, a yearly celebration where communities would come together freely to ready classrooms for eager young learners. But today, Brigada Eskwela's magic feels lost. Instead of a joyful gathering, it has become a heavy chain around the necks of teachers. Our educators, those who dedicate their lives to shaping the future, are now pushed into the roles of fundraisers, repair workers, and project managers. This is not a voluntary act of kindness anymore. It is a forced duty born out of systemic failure. Let's be clear. The Department of Education has the funds, yet these resources rarely reach the schools in time or in full. Bureaucratic red tape, mismanagement, and misplaced priorities create a chasm between what is allocated and what is delivered. This gap leaves schools crumbling and classrooms unsafe. And who fills this void? Our teachers. They campaign tirelessly for donations, rally community members, and sometimes even spend their own money to patch up what should never have fallen apart. It is unconscionable that teachers must plead for generosity when they have already given everything, time, energy, and heart. Bayanihan is supposed to be voluntary, a gift freely given, not a demand thrust upon those already burdened. Yet teachers feel compelled to lead these efforts, caught between their passion for educating and the exhausting task of sustaining their school's physical spaces. The true tragedy lies in how Brigada Eskwela has become a mask for institutional neglect. Repairing classrooms, providing facilities, and sourcing learning materials. These are not extras or community favors. They are foundational responsibilities of the Department of Education. When teachers are forced to take on these roles, it diverts their precious time from what truly matters, teaching and nurturing the next generation. The emotional toll on our teachers cannot be overstated. Imagine a teacher, fresh from a full day of lessons, returning home only to worry about leaking roofs, broken chairs, or missing supplies. Imagine the stress of organizing fundraisers, persuading stakeholders, and juggling these demands alongside lesson planning and grading. This is not just unfair. It is a systemic failure that risks burning out those we rely on to build our nation's future. Why does this exploitation continue? Because the system allows it. The Department of Education's failure to efficiently allocate and manage funds creates a vacuum, and teachers are left to fill it. Worse, this normalization of burden masks the urgent need for reform. It tells teachers, this is just part of the job, but it is not. It should never be. And let's talk about the paradox of campaigning for stakeholder participation in Bayanihan. Bayanihan is voluntary, an act of goodwill and community spirit. It is not meant to be coerced or institutionalized. Yet teachers find themselves pressured to mobilize parents, local officials, and even private companies, turning a noble tradition into a tiresome obligation. The joy of shared effort is replaced by fatigue and frustration. This shift undermines the very essence of Bayanihan and erodes trust between schools and communities. It's time to take a firm stand. The Department of Education must be called out for its failure to uphold its responsibilities. The buck cannot keep passing to teachers and communities. Schools are public institutions funded by taxpayers and government budgets. Maintaining them is not charity. It is a right of every Filipino child and a duty of the state. We must restore Brigada Eskwela to its true spirit, a voluntary, joyful, and community-driven effort that uplifts everyone, especially our educators. Teachers deserve to focus on teaching, not repairing. They deserve respect, adequate resources, and a system that supports, not exploits, them. This is a call to action. Let us demand accountability and transparency in education funding. Let us protect our teachers from burnout and neglect. Let us honour Bayanihan as it was meant to be, a beautiful tradition of unity and generosity, not a cover for systemic failure. Our teachers are more than education frontliners. They are the heartbeats of our nation's future. They have given their all. Now, it's time for the Department of Education and all stakeholders to step up and give back. Only then can we truly say that Bayanihan lives on in our schools, not as a burden, but as a blessing. Thank you for joining me on this episode of the J.R. Leonidas podcast. If you want to share your thoughts, questions, or get involved in this important conversation, feel free to reach out. Let's keep inspiring, innovating, and transforming education, one episode at a time. Until next time, take care and keep learning.